What is up, kitchen table wizards? What's up, deck brewers from all over the world? In this video we will explore the demons of Magic the Gathering. I will even sign a prenup with Liliana. I will consult a demonic tutor. Heck, you get my drift. We will be building a demon deck. So this video has been due for a long time because a long time ago, you guys asked me to brew a deck around Liliana's contract. Now I did a deck and I didn't really like it about a year ago. So now there are some new demons, there are some new cards, and now I think I have a nice brew for you. The brew will be under $50 as always, and hopefully you can find some inspiration in my deck list for the decks you're going to build at home. Now before we start with the deck, I want to talk to you guys, like my video, subscribe. I also got some gifts from our friends at Card Market. They are the best place to get your cardboard demons from Magic the Gathering. So the only thing you need to do is subscribe to my channel and leave a comment. And I have a question for you. It's a very simple question. I want to know where you guys are at. Give me a country, give me a city. I want to know where my viewers come from. So if you do that, maybe you are eligible for a voucher. And if you're not in the EU, yeah, that happened. Well, you're still eligible to win some nice cards from my personal collection. Let's head into the deck. I see we changed the background. Maybe add some demonic music. There we go. Now this deck will be a black deck, but it won't be purely a black deck. I also added some green, and as always, let's start with the lands. So of course we need to start with some nice basics, and I've chosen 9 swamps and 5 forests. And these swamps fit the demonic theme well if you ask me. They're drawn by Adam Paquette. And this gloomy forest also gives the deck a dark vibe. I've also included 2 jungle hollows and 2 temple of maladies. And there's also 1 woodland chasm, which is mainly there because it's a forest. Barren Moor cycles and Evolving Wild searches for a basic. Also important here is that we have a way of getting our lands in our graveyard. Another land we can sacrifice is this Memorial to Unity. It can help us search for a demon, which is important for our combo. The Witch's Cotton also gets back a creature from our graveyard and puts it on top of our library. The last land we include is a split card. It's a land but also a spell that drains and gains 4 life. Life we can definitely use in this deck. Now on to the cards you came here for, to the Lords of Darkness. Let's look at some demons. Now I opted not to put a lot of changelings into the deck, not a lot of low mana cost creatures, but let's start with 1 2-drop. This cat demon from Khans of Tarkir I played in my Abzan aggro deck at GP Warsaw. It can hit really hard and regeneration is also very nice. From the cat demons we take the very logical step to the crocodile demons, or Amit from Amonkhet. Amit Eternal is a 5/5 with Afflict that likes attacking. And Baleful Amit is only uncommon, but in this deck it's even better, as it has lifelink, and the extra life is very useful. We continue with some more demons in the 3-drop slot. Embodiment of Agonies is a great defensive card that will stop almost anything, even if it's only a 1/1 due to the fact that it has flying and dead touch. The flavor text is also exquisite. I think the only thing we're now missing is a meme that really shows the agony. Talking about agony, is there more? Yes, the agony is real. Herald of Torments is a 3/3 flyer for only 3 mana, and it deals a little bit of damage to us, but it's just a little bit. Varagod Blood Sky Sire is a 2/2 with dead touch, which is nothing special, but it has the boast ability, which you can activate when this creature attacks this turn, and then you'll search your library for any card and put it on top. Very useful. Onto some demons for 4 mana. Nightmare Shepherd is very good when you have a lot of cards with enter the battlefield abilities, which is not really the case, but a 4/4 flying for 4 is decent, and enter the battlefield abilities that could trigger twice are very powerful. Now what's also powerful is a 6/6 for 4 mana, and if it's not attacking, you know your opponents are sacrificing creatures. So a solid card that did also see some tournament play. Another solid card, especially versus token decks, is this Archfiend of Depravity. Nice stats. A 5/4 with flying for 5 mana, and it keeps your opponent locked down at 2 creatures. Another great demon with amazing stats and a great ability is this Doom Whisperer. A 6/6 with flying and trample for only 5 mana. I like to keep it casual, so I only play 1 copy. We only have 4 demons left in the deck. 2 of them are legendary and they're all 6/6 flyers. The first one is Demonlord Belzenlok. When it enters the battlefield, you reveal cards until you reveal a non-land card and you put it into your hand. Now, if the converted mana cost of the card is 4 or greater, you repeat the process. This is amaze balls, so it's normal you get a little bit of damage from it. And when this Burning-Rune Demon enters the battlefield, you may search your library for 2 cards. Your opponent chooses one of those cards and put it into your graveyard and the other one into your hand. Super powerful with Liliana's contract. Kothophed Soul Hoarder likes collecting stuff, and apart from having a contract with Liliana, it can also draw some extra cards, searching for removal or more demons. The biggest demon of the bunch is the Rune-Scarred Demon. It has a built-in tutor and searches you for any card. Great for Liliana's contract. Now, before we head into the enchantments, 4 more non-demon cards. I call them the Demon Worshippers. Now there is one shapeshifter in the deck, but it's a good one. The Metallic Mimic is a demon and has other demons enter the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter. I also included 2 copies of the Deadcap Cultivators, the Demon Worshipping Druid, to give us some extra mana, and this card also often has Delirium activated in this deck, which makes it an excellent blocker with Death Touch. This is a demon deck, so it also needs a demon speaker. Maybe you never heard of this card. It's an uncommon from Kamigawa. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may sacrifice this Ogre Shaman to search for a demon and put it into your hand. And whenever a demon enters the battlefield, return this one from your graveyard to your hand. Pretty cool card, right? Now you know I've been brewing around Liliana's contract, so now it's time for some enchantments. So I play 2 copies of this enchantment. It costs 5 mana, and when it enters the battlefield you draw 4 cards and you lose 4 life. Now at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 4 demons with different names, you win the game. Game over. So now let's talk a little bit about the flavor, because in the story of Magic the Gathering, Liliana strikes a deal with 4 demons. She bargains with her soul to get infinite life, infinite beauty and an immense amount of power. Now, after signing the contract, she was bound by those demons. She killed a few afterwards, but then she got these markings as you see in the images right here. Now, I'm not going to talk more about the story. There are a lot of videos that do that already. Now I'm going to talk about the deck. Liliana's contract is a win condition in the deck. The deck is built around it, but also the deck can win alone. It is a grindy mid-range deck that has Liliana's contract as a backup win condition. Now let's look at some more enchantments. Binding of the Old Gods is a removal spell which destroys a permanent when it enters the battlefield. It can also search for a forest and a woodland chasm, and the last ability gives our demons Death Touch. Seal of Doom and the Eldest Reborn are removal enchantments. They also help to activate Delirium, and the last one also can bring a demon back from the dead. Two other enchantments that work very well in this deck are Colossal Majesty, which has more than 10 cards in the deck that trigger it.
Oh yeah.
And Omen of the Dead is also very useful in the deck. It returns a demon, scries, and can help to activate Delirium. Now, to activate Delirium, we need 4 card types in our graveyard, so we also need some instants and sorceries. Commune with the Gods has 25 targets in the deck, and it helps to put stuff in your graveyard. Great card to have in your opening hand. Another card that likes Delirium is Traverse the Ulvenwald. It searches for a land, or when Delirium is active you can also get a demon. Another great way to get some demons out is with See the Unwritten. For 6 mana, look at the top 8 cards and put a creature amongst them onto the battlefield. The rest goes into the graveyard. And when you have a creature with power 4 or greater out there, you can put 2 demons onto the battlefield. The last sorcery is this catch-all removal spell called Maelstrom Pulse. Now onto the instants. I play 6 of them. Inscription of Abundance could be one of the inscriptions on Liliana's skin. It's a very diverse card, and in this deck you'll use it often as a removal spell or also to gain some extra life. Bile Blight also deals with small creatures or a couple of tokens. Putrefy is a great removal spell which can target artifacts and creatures. And Death Sprout is a removal and ramp built into one. This is important in our deck, so I decided to add an extra copy. The last one is a split card called Status Statue. It's a combat trick and a solid removal spell. So this was our demon deck. I hope you enjoyed it. This deck will also be featured in our matches. It will play against the Angels in round 1, so make sure to check it out. If you want to learn more about the matches, check out the video also here in the top right corner. And now let's head into the power rankings. It's no surprise that this demon deck can do powerful things, but it does take some time to learn and get to know the cards, especially with the Delirium effects and Liliana's contract. Sometimes it will be a very aggressive deck where you curve out into big flying demons, other times you play a lot of removal and you build up your board to win with Liliana's contract. And this diversity makes the deck lots of fun. So this deck is good value for money, and now let's see how the deck does against other decks. This deck does a little bit better against creature decks than against combo or control decks, but it does have quite a bit of removal to deal with some combos, so I wouldn't say it doesn't have a chance against these decks. Nah, you're still here, that means you wanna find out who won the card market voucher this week? Congratulations, Ramses der Ersten! You can find all the information in the description below how to contact me. So this was our demon deck. Make sure to watch the matches on Sunday, and as always, keep it casual!